I'm starting now. So, let's check if everything is open. Um, Okay, let me check if this last thing is also open. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Wintran. That's just two parts of my first name.
Okay.
I live in Michigan. I had a vegan activist as well. I use social media to make food posts because I also like to cook at home and I visit a lot of places. So I've taken a role as a happy cow ambassador as well for my city.
That's interesting.
Yes, and I have a background in art. I always loved the fantasy genre. I used to draw comics, especially about my Sona, who's my dragon Sona Kayla, who's the main character of that story. Been a while since I worked on it, but it was like one of my previous passion projects growing up.
Okay. So, you were saying you were making a story about your persona?
Yes, I was very inspired by stories like Avatar, The Last Airbender, Inuyasha, uh,
Okay.
where it mixes like the modern and fantasy, which I have a bit of those in my story. I don't know. There's just like the fantasy genre is just so fun to write about, like the Lord of the Rings series. Like it's like it's a magical place, but there's still like restrictions because you have to. You don't want to like bust the universe
Yeah.
because writing like a good story. So it's always very interesting to like balance those two to make like a compelling narrative.
Okay, I see. Um, so does your persona also has kind of certain powers, like special
Uh,
abilities?
yes. So when I started making her, it was when I was in the Spyro the Dragon community. I think I was like about 12 years old, like a young teen then, when the Legend of Spyro series was really hitting off back then. And so I made my own character. I don't know. I don't know if I'm like you're able to show a picture.
Okay. If you
Let me pull her up.
if you send it to me, I think I can share it in the stream if you want.
Let me grab that real quick because I've made like a ref sheet for her as well.
Okay.
Doo-doo.
Okay.
There she is.
Me look.
Yeah,
Okay.
and pink is one of my favorite colors. And I don't know what I was thinking back then, but I just gave her like a bone arm. I love the clash between like cute and like a, I don't know, badassery. And that's also an important part of her story and how she got it. Because since mine's like an adventure fantasy story.
Okay. Mm.
Yeah, it's also really nice because of my art background, I was able to write like the comics about her. But man, comics are hard work. Back then, I had a lot of energy because I was like just a teen in high school. Now, as an adult, it's like, oh, I finally had the motivation because full time job.
So do you do what kind of art background do you have? Did you do art?
I'm mostly self-taught. I get a lot of like references from Pinterest and back then DeviantArt and Twitter.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, I used to want to go to art college, but I've settled with the business degree instead. That turned out to be like a more stable path toward a income.
Yeah, I have heard that it's kind of hard to get an income in art, sadly.
Yeah, and I've also found like I don't like art as much if I see it as a chore, which I will definitely will if I have to work with it as a job.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like having it kept as like my hobby. You just take your time and it's relaxing. Because I'm a obsessive perfectionist and like to take my time in details.
Okay, I see. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I do art commissions myself. That's what I do. I've also DeviantArt, the DeviantArt page. I try to promote myself there. I post sometimes artworks on, by far not everything, but there is some. I have some stuff there. Deviant and art. Going to try to find. Where did I log in? So many stuff here. I have always too much stuff open, so I'm always trying to find where I play stuff. And so, okay, now I'm logged in again. So since you and some other people in the Vegan Activate server did actually convinced me to watch Arcane. What is your character? It's a different topic, but which one is your favorite character?
That is actually a hard question for me because like there's so many strong characters in Arcane. There's like not a character I don't like.
Okay.
The coolest character design that I really fell in love with was Mel. I was like, that is a pretty character.
Okay. Was it the one that you showed me that's picture from?
Oh, I think it was like Lust. She was like some kind of like fox freckled lady. Oh, and neat fun fact, she's apparently canonically trans in the show.
Which one?
The Lust character.
From I don't know.
Arcane season 2.
Oh, I have not seen that part. I don't know which one that is.
Let me see. I don't know if you're that far into Arcane.
No, I'm just in episodes.
Austrian Dragon Christmas Tree, said tenor.com.
Okay, no, I don't have seen that character.
You're in for a treat because I was like, God damn!
Okay.
I feel represented.
you did feel represented because it looks like because it's furry like.
It's a beautiful furry woman.
I know, and I also know some furries that were saying they did feel represented because of the Sonai in The Legend of Zelda. Were you also on that part?
Yeah, Legend of Zelda has some really cool characters and
Yeah.
species there too.
Yeah,
I didn't play the games, but
yeah.
they got great art direction.
Yeah, I remember from the furry community that I was in. I was friends with some people in the community. That a lot of them were obsessed with the Sonai, and that some would make a lot of fan art based on Sonai characters.
Yeah, it's a good way to like explore the universe in your own way with the sonas.
Yeah.
Because it's like the world building is already got the foundation there. You just have to make your story in it, so you don't have to come up with like world rules and stuff.
Okay. I see. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay, let's look what I want to ask more. Oh yeah. How long have you been vegan?
I'm actually a very recent vegan. I've only been vegan about 2.5 years.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and I've actually remembered the date I went vegan because I went vegan overnight. It was May 22nd, 2022. Yeah, I just watched one video and my whole world like just flipped the script.
I see. So, which do you remember still what the video was named? That's
Yeah, it's quite funny 'cause it's a video called "A Meat Eater's Case for Veganism" by back then Cosmic Skeptic, where he goes by just his real name, Alex O'Connor now, and he made that video at the time as a meat eater, making
yeah.
a case for veganism, and it says if people can't convince me to get away from this, I'm gonna go vegan. And he did after that video, and I watched that video and heard his case. And I was like, well, I don't have any excuse either. And so I went vegan after that. He's not vegan now, as I've heard, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. I've heard people making jokes that he was getting the hots for that weird Canada. Yeah. People were making fun of that he was getting the hots for Caleb Peterson.
Oh, yeah, that's hilarious.
Because it did happen around when he was talking with her. So
It's funny because he also made a video of like why smart people do dumb things. I'm like, well, that's dated now. Back to you, buddy. It was really a bummer at the time when I found out. Like I just like sank to the floor, like faced my nose to the carpet. I was like, ugh, because he was the one who helped me go vegan.
yeah, and then he do something disappointed like this.
Yeah, a lot of people really underestimate how much one person can make a difference. Because I have never heard of veganism till I came across that one video, and that just like set the dominoes in place.
Yeah, I did go vegan quite some time ago. When I did go vegan, if I'm starting to talk when I did go vegan, I'm going to sound like I'm extremely old. I guess I did go vegan quite early in life. I stopped eating animals when I was I think even before puberty. I was around 10 or so. That's when I did go vegan, and so that's when it all started to fall in place. One of the reasons I always feel like connected to victims from the victim's position and watching stuff from the victim's point of view. So when I learned what was happening to the animals, that was a logical end conclusion of needing to go vegan, because I was bullied myself. That's why I think I was good in understanding the victim points. Then of view. So
Yeah, that video gave like the philosophical argument to be vegan. Like there wasn't any slaughterhouse footage or anything.
yeah,
I've seen it before when I was young, but I didn't really like cause well, how I felt is like logically something can be very horrible but be justified. But back then I was under the assumption that meat was necessary for health or something like that, in like my subconscious. And then so when I watched that video where it just spelled it in my face like meat is unnecessary, and it's like, then what? Then what good reason is there then? Without sounding like a completely selfish, monstrous person, quite frankly.
yeah, with me it was basically I was bullied in school, so I was thinking, do I want to be bullied? Do I know if I can be healthy? Maybe I'm going to try, and if it not can, then
Oh yeah. When I first started off, I was like, I don't know, vegan is such a big jump. Maybe I should start like vegetarian first. And like my own head was like criticizing me, like you sound like a pansy. You might as well go all the way. And if you fail, you're at least working backwards from the best you could.
yeah.
But you can do the best you could right now. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, me.
So when was it? So what's does being a furry mean for you? What is it for you?
I've been a furry since, like, as I said, my young teens. I think that was like when it really started, as like the spiral community grew.
Yeah.
And there was like other video games too. Like I played like Star Fox. Like got that inspiration. I don't know. There's something like really cool about expanding beyond the aesthetics of just a human character, or you can just make like for animals or even mythical creatures, and you really get to like stretch the imagination of writing for the character, using this character for aesthetic purposes. You know, like a fandom. I just think it's fun, and people who just want to like dunk on it on people's fun with not hurting anyone, I think that's, well, you're kind of a Debbie Downer.
I'm trying to be mean, but somebody says somebody says I don't want to be mean, but stay safe.
I
And
don't know what that means.
yeah, I'm kind of confused. Maybe because I'm in the title doing a podcast with vegan furry on Discord. That's the title of my video. Okay, so
Sounds silly.
yeah, I don't remember this person being on other time in my stream, so I don't know where they come from.
Hello, stream.
Not many people, and most of the time not much people. I'm not very good at promoting myself. But I hope that after the stream more people are watching it, because most of the time when I'm streaming live, it's not very much. Algorithm is kind of hard.
That's fair. I used to. Fun fact: I was the first person to beat Night 5, or the classic Five Nights at Freddy's.
You were the first person?
Yeah, first person to beat it and then upload it on YouTube.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I told people I was going to stream night 6 because you actually unlock night 6 after you beat the game, and so I got a bunch of like Twitch subscriptions and people tuning in because back then there's like no one else had beaten it yet, and people Five Nights at Freddy's was getting really big.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
That was like my momentary like fame before I was like, you know, streaming is not my thing. This is like too much work. Too much talking, which I'm already like I'm not much of a talker.
Yeah, I try to be more of a talker, but it's kind of hard sometimes. Most of the time, if I'm streaming, I stream myself drawing stuff because then I think, oh, I record myself drawing stuff, or I record myself doing narrating of a video game or so. Because then I think, oh, I do narrating as I can at the same time practice my English pronunciation and so. Because I'm not native, because English is not my first language. I don't know. I think you did notice that because of my accent.
I don't. What can I say? I only know one language, so at least you're trying for a second, like at least one.
Yeah, I can also speak a little bit Latin because because I got Latin in school, and also a little bit Old Greek.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Also, can I speak a little bit Finnish?
Wow, they're really multilingual.
Yeah. When I was on high school, I wanted to learn Finnish. I've never really gotten that far with it, but I was able to order drinks and so and say that I'm vegan. And that's why my name is also Vegani. That means vegan in Finnish.
That's cool. I would love to visit Europe one day.
Okay.
I'm actually going to Japan next year in February, and I'll be meeting a very famous vegan, Miyoko Shinner.
Miyoko?
Yeah, Miyoko. You know, like the Miyoko cheeses.
Miyoko sounds like a cat.
It does.
Is Miyoko not? Does it also not mean cat in Japanese?
I think that's Nico.
Yeah.
Miyoko.
I thought there was more than one way to say cat in Japanese. I thought there were more than one way to say cat in Japanese. Okay. Let me think. So, what was your job again?
I work as like accountant and a homemaid. I know. Very
Okay.
interesting
Yeah.
jobs.
So, are you good with numbers?
I'd say so, but like most of the work is with Microsoft Excel, which
Yeah.
sounds like boring as heck, but I've had a lot of fun with it. I think
Okay.
it's a very great tool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was curious. what it was.
Yeah, I've been at my job over 4 years now. It's comfortable. I'm able to use Discord while I'm at work, so I'm able to run the Amorite server
So,
while I'm
so,
at work.
so are you the main? Are you the owner of the server?
I'm not the owner, but I'm like the manager role there.
Okay.
Like I'm actually able to admin it.
Okay.
And when I joined, which was like 2 years ago, I was just a regular user.
Okay.
It's pretty cool how far I've come because I really love
Yeah.
the community there.
Yeah, I have been back for I think a month or so. I was one of the people that got when I'm not sure if you were there also in the quite in the beginning where when there was quite a lot of drama with Evoke and with others, and some people were accused of stuff without proof.
Yeah.
Are you even?
My time.
Yeah. Okay, you are not there yet. But yeah, I got in trouble there because I was friends with somebody who was accused of being transphobic, and so I was also banned because of that. And then I was talking with Sub-Zero, and Sub-Zero did explain to Sub-Zero what exactly happened, and then I was getting unbanned.
Well, it's nice you got unbanned.
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes you get banned because you have friends that have opinions that are not agreed upon by people in a certain.
Yeah, I'm not drama's crazy. I try to avoid it.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Hey, Nero, Zero, how are you doing? Somebody just did come in, say hi.
Hello.
So your so can you also talk about a little bit about the character that you have as profile picture? I guess that's yeah. You were saying that earlier before I did go live that it's not your furry dragon. It's another character that you created.
Yes. She's based on a human because I still love human art, but again, I cannot. I still have to fit in the fantasy in there somewhere because that's just cool stuff. Funny enough, my character, my Dragon Sona quotation marks, uh, is not actually my Sona, but she's just like my original characters who are my muses. So I've used them a lot to like represent me, but they're not me as like the typical fursonas. I didn't draw a fursona till about 2 years ago actually. So I was pretty much a fursonaless furry, which is a thing.
A first Sony less furry. Okay.
Yeah, but there's like two characters I just love drawing, but they're not representative of me. Even though like I think like usually people who make their characters, there's a bit of them in their characters, which I could see for this.
Okay.
Uh,
So, did you also make a story about your profile picture character?
uh, yes, this one I think takes time in like a medieval setting, and in that universe there's a alien that invades the kingdom, and I thought that would be an interesting story to explore if there's like an alien infection in like an old time period.
Okay.
We get a mix of like a bit of sci-fi and fantasy.
I see.
And I think it's like a story I want to explore more of like the horror side because I'm really into like the horror genre. One of my favorite movies is The Thing by John Carpenter, and that's actually a lot of inspiration for my character Diva, who is in my profile picture, because they're able to shapeshift into like these horrible amalgamations, and she can shapeshift her form into different ways.
Okay. So she's a human with a mutation that allows her to shapeshift.
Yes.
Is she fully human or is she half alien?
I believe she'd be a former human, but when she got infected, the infection basically destroys what you were. and replaces it with the alien cells, and what's left is like her human consciousness.
Yeah.
So in my story, this alien usually attacks the nearest life form and infects them, but because it affected her, she's actually basically a creature of higher intelligence, and so the alien would gain that level of intelligence,
Okay.
and so the alien is able to form its own sentience by using her human consciousness, and so they're now like two beings in like one body. So she has the
Okay.
mind of the alien that works with her and her own.
Okay. So she has two personalities.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the alien is more of the like cold logical side because it's not human, but it just like kind of borrows her knowledge and intelligence to make decisions as a sentient being. And ironically, that's probably what saves like most of life on Earth because it infected a human first, and it immediately knows that you probably shouldn't go around infecting life forms, or else there's going to be a war against you. Yeah, wild stuff, but man, it is so fun.
Okay. Let me think. Um, do you want to ask me something?
Hmm?
Do you want to ask me something?
Like what got you interested in like the vegan furry community?
Oh, actually, the furry community is something that I started actually a bit because of our friends. That friend is not anymore a friend of me right now because I've got trauma and there that's I don't know what
Trauma
active.
strikes again.
Yeah. Oh. So yeah, the furry thing. So I have a persona, but I'm not really using it much. But I make one because my friend makes me make one. So my character is a kind of also I think it's also considered a scaly. Um, I think I have somewhere a drawing of it. My character looks a bit androgynous.
Yeah. Oh,
I, yeah.
funny thing, I've actually never been to a furry convention. I've always wanted to,
Okay.
but life always gets in the way. But I was not like a furry that dressed up. I think that's too much work, and it's expensive to make your own suit.
Yeah,
I
my
was a
friend.
furry who just likes to get art of their character, so I used to buy a lot of commissions.
Okay. Yeah. My friends make me make a figure for persona. So I think if you did you see did you got my DeviantArt link?
Yep.
Let me open it here. The some make those some characters on there. Then I don't think I've posted many of them. I have posted some artworks, but I've not posted much of my personas. I've made this dragon thing that I did in the post was that I directly sent it.
Cool stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I also every time I say in furry stuff, I always need to I also need to explain that I'm not in the sexual furry stuff, because apparently a lot of people think you're what the furry community calls yiffing, so that you're in that. The first time I did learn what yiffing was, I was like, what? What?
Yeah. I don't know if that word is like being like out of date now because I've like rarely hear it nowadays.
Okay. I was hearing it. I was hearing.
Yeah, back then, yeah, that was that was like the term.
Yeah. I was also.
There's a lot of subsections in the community. So
Yeah, and also, then I think various. I think of. Oh my god! Okay, that's. Person in my chat was saying when I think about furries, I think about intercourse. That's what he thinks.
intercourse.
I use that word because I don't think I can say on Twitch the words without getting the other words.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I think it's a fair assumption. It's definitely a big part of the community, but it's definitely not all of it.
Yeah, I just find the idea of anthropomorphic animals interesting, but that's not because I think they're hot and I want to date. I want to date a persona or so, or, or I want to have furry children or so. That's what some people were telling me they wanted to have sex with their persona. Met once a guy that was saying that they want to have children with his person.
You want to do that to your own character?
Yeah. Have you ever met those kind of furries?
Yeah. I mean, I'm one myself, so I'm just mocking myself because I can, because I am that. I mean, that's a part of the fun of creating your own character. You get to like build your own like basically attractive interest into that character.
Okay.
And you don't have to be restricted to like other humans either, because this is a fantasy. So who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, I have totally. I have no. Oh, I never really understand the attraction to to anthropomorphism. I just thought it was fun to create a character that is half dragon or dragon-like, because I thought it was just the idea was funny. Also. Yeah, I just remember just been a bit thinking about all the things that was happening in the past with my friends, and then I was thinking, oh, sorry, I need to get some. Wait, I am my ex friend didn't go so good. That happened some stuff and. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. We live a long time, and so we just develop in our own paths, and sometimes those paths will eventually clash depending on what the type of people we grow into.
Yeah.
And so I just accept it as sometimes this stuff happens, and it's a bummer. It happens,
Yeah.
but not much you can do. It's not like you can control their life. You can only control yourself.
Yeah. Therefore, sometimes I think, should I have friends?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I still talk with my friends, but I'm not really social with them. I am very much actually a hermit. I hang out with my friends like almost only once or twice a year.
yeah,
I never felt I had like to go out. I mean, I do like going out, but it's usually with strangers because I think I still like to getting to know people and talking to them.
Yeah, I have a weird relationship with people.
Yeah,
I
people
don't.
fascinate me, but I don't like
I,
the
that,
building of a friendship.
yeah, the thing with me is I want to help people, but I feel like if I want to help people, I cannot be friends.
Yeah,
Because then I come too close and then I cannot look at things objective anymore.
yeah.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I, I, I think I like I get it. It's different, like, cause like compared to a stranger, there's like not that barrier to like want to maintain the relationship. So if it goes not well, it's like, oh well. But if you're friends with someone, you have to basically jump through more hoops, maybe even suppress some of your own thoughts to maintain the friendship, and that's also not something I'm interested in. I'd rather be open about who I am, and that's hard when you try to be friends with people, and some of them you have to make compromises in what you say in order to maintain the friendship.
Yeah, and I'm kind of bad at that. I'm very bad at that sometimes. So I can play
I can relate.
yeah. Yeah, I have been diagnosed with a form of neurodiversity.
Hmm.
uh, so I have sometimes hard time relating to people. So I try to learn psychology. I have also dropped out of that because I got too much going on in my life.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now, yeah. Also, I was trying to do a lot of activism in the past. Also, didn't really go well. I got banned from some places because the platforms didn't like me. In the past, I was kind of rude. I am not rude that anymore, but in the past, I was kind of rude, I think.
Yeah, I think that's like a lot of, especially like new vegans start off that, because I remember that feeling of after watching that video, I feel like I was lied to by the world, and that just caused me like a lot of anger and a lot of disappointment. Other people are not changing like I did when I saw that, and that caused that kind
Yeah,
of like expresses itself through activism, which nowadays I've learned to like better uh, control those feelings, because like I lived a different life to get where I am, and other people are going to have their own journey to uh, come to their own conclusions.
yeah. I have, yeah. How to say it? How to say it exactly? Yeah, with me, I started off being very positive.
Hmm.
Because I was thinking, oh, maybe simple people don't understand. Maybe if I explain it to people, they start to understand. And then that come a lot of people just saying, just in my face, I don't care.
Hmm.
And I think then I was thinking, did come into the mindsets, of my frustration mindsets. That's when I first did see stuff about from Gary Yourofsky, and then I was going into militant mode,
Oh yeah.
and I started to roast people, talk over them,
Mhm.
and say and calling them Nazis and slavers and pimps, and so. I think I was quite good at that, but I pissed a lot of a little. There was a pissed a lot of people off, I think.
They're a bit inflammatory.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying, if you're non-vegan and you support the animal agriculture, you're basically a Nazi, because the Holocaust means burnt sacrifice. Means burnt sacrifice, and it was used in the Bible to justify the mass murder of hurt animals on the altar of God. The straight it's 2 times or so in the Bible used for that. Did you know that?
I did not actually.
Yeah.
A lot of fire in there.
Yeah, it's 2 times in the King James Bible used for that. Which is the most used Bible worldwide. Thanks to the British.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, it's all true. Basically something, but obviously people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So this is part of the thing with human relationships, is learning when to censor yourself, because you want to do what's effective for the animals rather than be right.
Yeah, and I don't know what's right sometimes. Because that's maybe also partly because I personally hate lying and hate politicians, and
Too. I used to be very apolitical.
I like to complain. I like to yell at politicians and point out their problems. I like to. I was notorious for at least for a long time to call people on the left Stalinists to animals, and the people on the right fascists to animals. I called them yeah, that is what I was calling people on the left. They were saying they're pretending to be so progressive, so forward with ideas, but they're so backward in so many other ways.
Yeah, well, humans were silly like that.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, I personally don't really. I personally. Yeah, I'm not really sure where I'm right now on the political spectrum. I think I'm.
Now I'm more like center left.
Yeah.
Especially like recently, I've seen some disappointment in both sides.
Yeah. And yeah, I tend to be.
But I think like my personality, I will just always be like generally left.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe. I'm kind of confusing because I like sometimes to. I'm probably somewhere in the left. But I like to say some stuff sometimes to trigger.
You're a little troll, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a bit a troll. I mean, I like to say stuff to let people think. I like to tickle. I like to. Maybe this is also why. Maybe that's also so plays into the idea that I was transphobic with some of the people, because maybe I was saying stuff to try to force people in winning this argument. I'm kind of weird sometimes.
It's kind of funny.
I mean, I have started once a discussion about eating humans. Just to look if I can defend the position that we should eat humans.
Yeah, just a honest proposal.
Yeah. Also, I was once starting a conversation with somebody and someone in the server, and I started to bring up the idea of enslaving people with mental disabilities, just to look how they react if I was saying stuff like that. That is an ultimate troll, I think, because I don't believe really that we should do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite hypocritical if I was saying that we should enslave people with mental disability, and I believe we should respect animals. and not enslave them. That's not morally consistent.
Yeah. It's just a little thought exercise.
Yeah. Yeah. I also find sometimes political correctness a bit hard. Because I sometimes don't know what's politically correct anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
With me liking to troll, I think I say sometimes stuff that is not politically correct.
Mhm.
But then people need to know me, and then they know that I'm trolling. It is not really always just as tactful, specifically in our political climate, where people, if they don't know you, assume you're serious and boycott you.
Yeah, that's why I don't put my feelings and views out on things like social media and stuff.
I think,
That's more stuff I like to talk to people who I can trust to be able to understand me and what I mean to say. Because I don't, because people who like just want to make assumptions on you based on like let's see one word of text on the internet
yeah,
is very frustrating because
yeah.
it's
If you
or mischaracterized.
Yeah, if people look at my Facebook page, they're probably going to become quite confused because I like to make long essays about stuff. And all those essays that I make are so polarizing sometimes because I can, just like in, if I do a debate, I like to go in there, write a whole large essay, and then try to defend this state point. So, for example, I did once an article, and that article was about the 30 human rights laws. And I was making them in a way. I was putting them there, was having all that, and I was thinking, how can I turn this into a dictatorship? How can I make a dictatorship and still let this country follow all the human rights laws? And I was able to do it. I just find it kind of hilarious. I'm also thinking if I should have posted it, because I was also thinking maybe if somebody reads it, they're going to use this to create a system that is extremely bad. Now I think about it, maybe I should remove it. I think I have a lot of stuff that I maybe should remove. Now I think about it. Yes.
I try to keep my social media just based on food.
Yeah. My social
media.
Yeah, my social media is full with political stuff. From animal rights to anti-patriarchy stuff, to anti-slavery stuff, to references from animal agriculture, to the connections to slavery, to the Barbary pirates, the slave trade in the Arabian world. Also criticisms. Also criticisms of religion. So I think if anybody is going to read my post, they can get a whole wide range of ideas about me. They can think they can either think I'm extreme far left or somewhere in the center. Depends on which kind of stuff I am reading. They're reading from me.
Pretty much only post occasionally about animal rights on my social media. I don't feel like it's as effective if you just saturate the timeline with all that, because I think especially nowadays people are kind of like politically tired, and so I try to like space it out to like not make it, I don't know, such a main focus when I really do just want to focus on some happy stuff that easier to connect with, that's not
Yeah.
political like food.
Yeah, I was also posting about Thanksgiving and the connection between that and the colonialization of America. Did you know that Thanksgiving was also a term used in the 17th century to denote the events happening after the colonialists did conquer or destroyed a settle from the Native Americans. Every time they were doing that, they declined Thanksgiving.
I've never heard of that before. No.
Did you know also that the reason they're safe on a turkey, the president, is because Abraham Lincoln's son was attached to a turkey. He liked turkeys as pets. It was his Abraham Lincoln's son was favorite animal was turkey. So he was very sad when they killed the turkey. So they started to adopt the tradition of saving one turkey.
Oh my gosh.
That's it. that is how that tradition started with the president the turkey saving thing.
Oh, I have so many things to say about it. I already know.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up. Also, there's so much messed up things about Thanksgiving. I was having a discussion about it with some Native American, and that Native American was didn't know his history because he started to defend it. And then I was saying, have you never heard about the Day of Mourning? And he was getting very angry at me. And he was what was he saying? Let me look. He was saying, I'm not tolerating you saying I am celebrating genocide. I am native person of American. I am I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm posting it to you right now.
Guatemalan.
Okay, that's what he was saying. Then he was saying, we are natively to this land, and we don't celebrate genocide. It angers me that you said that. It's disgusting and horrible to say that people are celebrating genocide.
They're probably not celebrating genocide, but they're definitely using a genocide.
Yeah.
Slaughter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Genocide to celebrate.
Yeah, basically, with Thanksgiving was basically that they're celebrated on that day. They're killed. This is basically we're kind of rude to the native population, and then after that they're killed. Let me look here. The key historical events often linked to Thanksgiving proclaimed is in the Pequot massacre. Pequot massacre. That was an event in 1937, during which colonial forces, with the help of some other tribes, massacred Pico Native American villages near around that time of the Thanksgiving. Hundreds of Pico women and men and children were slaughtered. Estimated ranges go from 400 to 700. Several were enslaved and executed.
A lot of countries had some fucked up histories.
Yeah, but that is what's actually the Native Americans celebrate. Some of the tribes, that's what they celebrate on the main day of mourning, and that's the same day as Thanksgiving.
I don't think it's exactly the same.
It is the same. It is the same. They're celebrated on the same day.
It's on the same day, but the intents of celebration are different.
And I think it is a bit like, I think it is, you know what? It was in the news some time ago with the Dutch and their Black Pete. I think that tradition is, I think it's kind of more messed up than that even. Because they're basically celebrating genocide or genocide.
Nah.
Thanks.
I don't think it's a celebration. I mean, genocide is definitely used to celebrate, but it's definitely not celebrating a genocide.
It is.
Well, I guess that's a complex question then.
Let me, I was sending this video also.
I mean, I think people are very much aware of the history, but I think you can like separate that from how you celebrate the holiday now, and it's not about that.
Yeah.
That's bad, but that's
Yeah.
not the purpose of it.
Yeah, but it is the origin from.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of bad origin. Christmas was like a pagan holiday and such. Halloween is about deterring demons, even though demons don't exist. So
Yeah, but
separated from the past based on what we know now.
yeah, but I think you shouldn't celebrate something that is associated by other people also. I mean,
That's a complicated question because those people don't live now.
Yeah, but their descendants are still there, and
it also depends on how they connect that as well.
Yeah, and I think it is just genocide for celebrating genocide with genocide. That's my opinion.
Turkeys are the biggest victims.
Yeah.
Yeah, and pigs. Pigs are my favorite animals.
My favorite animals are. I don't know. I like most animals, but I think it is easier to say what is my least favorite animal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think?
Mosquitoes.
No.
Really?
No.
Not even a little bit?
That is not my least favorite one. That is actually humans. I'm kind of disappointed in humans. I mean,
that's fair.
I mean, I believe humans can do better, and the fact that humans can do better and they don't do makes me feel worse about humans than I feel, for example, for lions. I mean, lions don't walk around saying that they're superior to all other life. Lions say not, I am the crown of creation. You see me? I'm perfect. You little you there? Fuck you! I'm better than you. Look how great I am. I'm created by God and created in God's image. I'm perfect the way I am. You know? I'm morally superior to you. and therefore I have the right to exploit you. That's not what I'm here lying say, but humans say stuff like that. So that's what that's some of the reasons why I feel less for humans than for animals.
Yeah, that's a fair feeling.
And also another thing that I find very annoying is every time we say humans, and the word human comes from the Latin roots humanus, and that means with mercy. That means with it's just kind of we praising ourselves constantly. We say that we are better. Also, we call ourselves Homo sapiens, even though I don't see much sapiens. I think you can say cleverness, but I don't see much intelligence.
Yeah.
I mean,
The way I see it is like I don't think most people are bad people, but we are as smart as we are also incredibly stupid.
yeah, I think we are not. I think we're clever. I think there's a difference between clever and smart.
We're stupid because a lot of us are held back because of our social nature. We want to people please. We will make a lot of compromises just to maintain our social relationships.
Yeah.
Even if it's not the right thing to do, but it's what the socially accepted thing to do.
Yeah, the tribe. I like to. That's also a bit my troll in me. I like to say not social, but I like to say tribalistic. I like to say we are not. I like to say we are not social animals. We are tribalistic animals. I like to say we are Homo megalomania or Homo ridiculous.
Clever.
And then I also like to say we are hominids instead of humans. I like to play with words. I'm not sure if that's. I'm not sure what you think about it. What do you think about that? Do you think it's crazy?
What is that?
Do you think it's crazy? I like to play with words. I like to play with words.
No, I think it's interesting.
Words can have many different meanings. Also depends on culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I did hear that the word for bundle sticks was used as a slur for homosexuals was actually when I was around 20, 26. No, 20, 22. Yeah, 22. So before that, I thought it was just a word for bundle sticks. The thing I also thought was a word that means a cigarette. Because my grandfather is British, and it was originally used in Britain as a word for bundles for cigarettes. I remember my uncle calling a cigarette a faggot. I did say the word. Oh, please, I don't get in trouble. I try not to use curse words in my stream because I don't want to get in trouble.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. Sometimes stuff flaps out of it, so yeah. Specifically because
online multiplayer.
Yeah, so sometimes stuff flips out of it. Also because it is probably also because I'm not raised in the US, so I don't know much about US sensibilities.
Hmm.
So I don't know always what is offensive for people from the US. Because it is not always the same in all countries. Some, I mean, it's
Quite honestly, you're probably less likely to offend because we're so big on freedom of speech here.
yeah,
But we're very diverse in our mindsets about it.
yeah. I
But it's
mean,
important to just
yeah,
the fact that you can say it is very important in the first place.
yeah. I mean, from what I hear, there's a lot of political correctness in the US. That
I mean, yeah, obviously.
you, for example, I've heard that you can be. Okay, I have heard. I'm not sure if it's true. That you can be banned or shadow banned on social media
Not really.
for saying words and independent of context.
Yeah, that's mostly for like social media, which is like the private companies are able to be in charge of that. But like your fundamental right to say what you want means you won't be punished by the government. So you can, if you can find a platform, you're allowed to say it, but not every platform has to like platform you.
Yeah, I thought it was just. I thought it was a general thing that you cannot you get banned from everywhere if you were accidentally saying something offensive. That was not political correct.
Yeah, it just depends on the media outlet.
Okay, so it's not in general everywhere that you get banned if you accidentally say the F slur or the C slur or the R slur or the
Yeah, it's gonna
what
just
other slurs are there?
everywhere.
What is there also a P slur?
I don't know. There's one for every letter.
Yeah. Are you good? Are you good with political correctness?
I don't know. It's like I'm only focused on the politics. I don't like interacting on social media about politics. I think that's just stupid
Okay.
to be so like publicly out there without the control for nuance, for to have these like serious conversations.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've already done too much to. I think I'm already too much.
But I will speak out a lot about animal rights.
Yeah. I have.
It's just the easiest
Yeah.
for me because like that's not political. That's just right.
Yeah. I think everything is. Some people say everything is political.
I mean, it
The-
can be, yeah.
yeah, I've heard people saying that even the way your dress can be political. Still, the friends you have can be political. The the news that you listen to is political. Everything is political. I've heard people argue.
I mean, it's true. We ourselves as individuals make up the political systems we build.
Yeah,
We have different ways of expressing them.
yeah,
I mean, we can basically do that as part of activism as well. You can just walk to a gym in the vegan shirt to make a political statement like, "Hey, we don't eat meat. Why are we supporting this? Look at me, I'm buff." At least I hope the person who wears it is buff.
yeah.
We need a good advertisement for veganism here.
Yeah, I'm not really buff. I'm just tall.
Yeah, I'm very short.
I have gigantism. This is what I'm joking always about. Because I'm taller than average, so so I like to say, oh, well, I'm gigantism.
That's cool.
Yeah, you know those Togo memes? I can do them. I cannot do them in real life.
That's super cool.
I can stand there and hold my hands on some guy's head, and then
That's what I like. Want I daydream of. If I get balls, I can just pick up dudes.
you want to be a big muscle lady?
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! I guess I'll be like a muscle short lady. I'm working on that.
Yeah, some people were saying that I should do exercise and then do some She-Hulk cosplay. I don't know if I really feel comfortable about that because I don't really like to be on camera.
That's fair.
I don't think I'm ugly or so, but I don't think I'm ugly or so, but I just don't like being on camera. That's why I use when I'm streaming a VTuber avatar, and so.
That's fair enough. Or you can just like push a picture with a sticker over your face.
Picture of a sticker over my face?
Yeah, like to cover the face.
A filter that covers my face?
Yeah. If you wanted to go that route.
Yeah, well, I can also do a BVAC, some BVAC thing. You know those things that the criminals wear?
Okay.
You know those things that you pull over your head so nobody sees your face?
I think so.
I've seen some. Yeah, this kind of sweaty. I know there's a YouTuber. I'm not sure what was his name. I didn't really follow him, but I did see once a video of him. I think his name was Vegan Food Soldier or so. And he's from Britain and he wears some kind of thing over his head so nobody knows how he's in real life. It looks kind of sweaty. I think he smells quite a lot because of that thing of his head.
That's gross.
At least that is what I imagine. I can in my head. If you have something over your head, that's some kind of stuff. You know, those kind of things that robbers have over their heads in movies. Bit like that kind of stuff with two holes and two holes in it. I think that the Animal Liberation Front also wears those things.
Yeah.
So he was wearing that thing. It's just one of those things.
Alphas, the real heroes.
Yeah, I like it. I like the Animal Liberation Front.
Yeah, that takes some like huge guts to do, which not everyone is in the position to be able to do that direct action work. But we do what we can.
I was thinking about if I was getting in good shape. I think I did tell you that if I feel better again, if my leg is healing up, I want to maybe going to do parkouring. So if I'm good at that, I think I can also do hunt sabotage stuff.
Probably shouldn't say that.
Nobody look. No.
Sabotage the system, not actually like property.
Yeah, that's like it sounds like some cool idea. Imagine I was doing parkouring and I was doing animal rights activism while I was doing parkouring. I think that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I think there's like a video game being worked on
Was that by?
Patrick Bubbleman.
Yeah, Patrick Baboon. Yeah, he was he was a German strongman.
Yeah, so he's working on a video game. I think it's called Uncagers.
Yeah,
You're actually playing activists liberating animals.
yeah. I remember a bit like. I remember that. I think I've not watched his channel for some time, so I don't know how far he is right now with it. It sounds like interesting goal, interesting thing to do. I'm talking. We're already talking. I think around nearly to 1.5 hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to head out soon.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stop also because I think if it becomes too long, I think if it become longer than 1.5 hours, so I'm not sure if people are going to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, it's fair. I had a wonderful time talking to you, Begani. This is fun.
Thanks. It was also nice talking to you. So the other, okay, so okay.